Well, not to change the subject, but what's next for you?
Dinner.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
At the particular moment, my schedule is open, which is a euphemism for unemployed. I just finished a deal for 3 pilots with a studio. They weren't placed. I got paid. Yay.
Great.
And I am supposedly going to produce an animated feature a little later this year, but it won't be for domestic. It'll be for foreign syndication or foreign distribution. And I just finished writing a spec pilot, which was a result of the pilot deal that I had. I'm gonna get that in the process. And by the way, if you have time, I need to give you that if you would like to read
Absolutely.
it.
Yes.
Maybe the end of your respect for me. But other than that, wide open. So we'll see what happens. I'm one of these people that I've had a very long career, a very good career, and at a certain point, anybody's career would be over. I'm not saying mine is, but I will say this: because it was so unexpected, my career, because it has so much joy, even with the difficulties, and it's an extremely difficult job to do. If that was my last job ever, I have absolutely no right to complain.
You've been very blessed.
I have a lot of
You've
things.
Worked hard.
The opportunities have been there. I will say, from my point, I don't believe that you have to be ready when opportunity knocks. I think you have to know which door to stand in front of and have all your materials ready, and be anxious to walk through that door. So on my side of it, I would say that I certainly tried to push forward, but always to find that goal of being happy. It was always like the little twinkling jewel over in the corner, and I have to run after it. And it's not to take the difficulty for granted, because it is extremely difficult, and it was difficult for me. But I loved it.
Yeah. Great thing, just real quick, the great thing I admire about you is that you're not entirely self-focused. As writers, we have to be in our careers and all of that. But you always do this great thing where you return to Florida State. You're open, you're available to the students, you go in and you teach classes. You've been a guest teacher at UCLA, USC. You reach back and you help other people. A lot of the work you do is on the internet. People contact you, and you have a heart for helping people who want to come along the same sort of path that you did, and that's I think one of your best qualities.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I think that everybody should give back. There's a whole circle to it, and it's not I'm trying to follow some karma or anything like that. I just think that I worship knowledge. I am embarrassed to admit that by experience I have some knowledge, and why would I take that with me and not share it with anybody else?
Absolutely.
If somebody else can. The bottom line for me is, like I said, rough and rocky career, total joy though, every aspect. Why wouldn't I want someone else to experience that?
Yes. I can find out what you're up to next, because you do kind of try different things all the time.
I do. I try not to announce anything that's not fairly well set. That's one thing you'll find out, or if you decide to go into television or film or come out to Los Angeles, is that everybody here has something going on, even if they don't. So you talk to any waiter and you say, "So, what's going on in the business?" And they'll say, "Well, I'm being considered for a movie at Spielberg, and I'm doing this, I'm doing that." And you're saying, "Well, get me my fries." So I'm usually kind of closed mouth until it's like the only reason I even mentioned the animated feature thing is that I've already done one feature for them, and I know this is in the works.
Yes.
So right now we're just trying to, and I got a letter today that basically implies we got the funding for it. So
congratulations.
But, well, thank you. I have no idea what I'm going to be paid for. I really don't. Actually, I don't know yet. We haven't negotiated that. So.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much.
Sure.
I really believe that the writers out there that have admired your work and continue to admire it will appreciate our candid interview and your comments and advice to the writers. So thanks for coming on the show. And thank you, listening and viewing audience, for participating in this episode of The Writer's Desk.